Black Ops 7 has problems, and I don't think anyone's trying to hide them. Now let me explain what I mean. Fundamentally, Black Ops 7 is a good Call of Duty Zombies game. The maps are unique, the storyline is fun, the Easter eggs are interesting and engaging, the community is more engaged than they have been in a decade. Treyarch is genuinely listening to our feedback, implementing new features that we've wanted for a long time, bringing in a classic mode in Cursed that we've wanted forever, adding new side quests, keeping events active, bringing new players into Zombies. You name it, they're doing great things. And don't get me wrong, that's all awesome. Black Ops 7 is a lot of fun. Myself included, I'm having a great time with it, and I'm a Call of Duty Zombies purist. I'm a Black Ops 3 fan through and through. You can check out the video that I just uploaded talking about why Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 7 are very similar in a lot of ways, and why Black Ops 7 might be the second golden age of Call of Duty Zombies. But all the great things about this game aside, it has a lot of problems. Things that people are not big fans of. So let's dive in. What are the problems with Call of Duty Black Ops 7? Well, I've already talked about all the great things about it, that the maps are cool and that the Easter eggs are fun. Fundamentally and gameplay-wise, it's a good time. But it's broken by a lot of the same issues that the past few Call of Duty games have had. And unfortunately, that's a symptom of 2020. In 2019, Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out. And no, I'm not talking about the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, or for that matter, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 2, or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, 2. You get the idea. They've repeated the same name way too many times. It's confusing. They need to stop. I'm talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, a reimagining of the entire Call of Duty experience from the ground up, that's shaped the way Call of Duty has been made since 2020. And the reason for that is the emergence of a side mode that came in addition to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, Call of Duty Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone, in my opinion, is the downfall of the Call of Duty experience. We had microtransactions up until this point, but they were mostly loot boxes for gun skins and silly things like that. Where Call of Duty Warzone began the Fortnitification of Call of Duty, adding in celebrity cameos, cross-collabs, events, wacky skin packs like Nicki Minaj, Nicolas Cage, you name it, they've done it. It also implemented a lot of fundamental gameplay changes, adding in the armor system that quickly came to Call of Duty Zombies the following year with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and hasn't left all the way through Black Ops 7. That is until a Cursed Mode relic allows you to remove it, but you have to jump through so many hoops to get to that point that you can barely play a classic experience unless you want to pour dozens of hours of your time in and play a very sweaty version of Zombies to get there. Ultimately, things like buy stations, kill streaks, custom loadouts, custom operators and gun skins and configurations have all bled their way into the Zombies mode because of Call of Duty Warzone. When you create a cash cow that people have poured their money into and want to see these cosmetics appear in every mode of the game, Activision really has no choice but to let you do exactly that. Bring your wacky and silly cosmetics through to every single mode of the game, and because of that, they have to bring along all the mechanics that come with it. There's no way to attract the casual Warzone player or the casual multiplayer player into Zombies unless you give them the exact same experience, but by killing a zombie instead of another player. Now that mostly sums up the Black Ops Cold War and the Black Ops 6 experience, that alongside the open world version MWZ that came with Modern Warfare 3, but I'm not really counting that as part of the Black Ops analysis. And while Black Ops 7 has given you ways to remove a lot of these annoyances in the game, like allowing you to customize your HUD to get rid of killstreak notifications, level up notifications, pings, damage indicators, things that have never been in the Zombies experience prior but have been shoved down our throats in the newer games, they haven't really given us a way to remove the actual core gameplay changes that they've made over the past few games. And ultimately, I think that is what's wrong with Call of Duty Black Ops 7. The core gameplay loop of Black Ops 7 Zombies compared to something like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, or Black Ops 4 is fundamentally different. It's been dumbed down significantly to bring in the Warzone and multiplayer community to a mode that they typically don't really care about. And I'm all for expanding the community and bringing in folks that otherwise wouldn't have been interested in Zombies, but it has to be done in a way that still honors the classic Zombies experience. It doesn't make it basically a glorified Warzone that happens to have a bunch of wacky operators running around with their custom loadouts on round one of a otherwise grounded Zombies experience. And that, unfortunately, I think, is the biggest problem with Black Ops 7. It truly does have the potential to be one of the best Call of Duty Zombies games that there has been, bar none. The only game I would really rank above it, in my opinion, is Black Ops 3. But unfortunately, it's always going to be plagued by the fact that it is a secondary thought to Call of Duty Warzone. And because of that, it plays like a limited time mode in Warzone. Going for high rounds is super easy if you want to pop a bunch of gobblegums, abuse traps, use overpowered weapons, like the classic Zombies experience, so I can't complain too much there, but it's also been made impossible by the fact that every zombie is now scaled up for armor damage, something that was never in the game, and you can't take that armor out because then the game is fundamentally broken. It's not built to not have the armor system that the classic Zombies experience has, so there's no way to bring that back. And yes, while you have ways to play as the classic characters we all know and love, you're also saddled alongside 4 campaign characters that have been throughout the Black Ops series. And you also have the chance that you load into a public match and you're playing as Richtofen alongside Nicolas Cage, Terry Crews, and the Replacer. I don't want to be another video complaining about Beavis and Butthead being in Call of Duty, but at the same time, it's a completely valid critique of a game that otherwise used to be taken at least somewhat seriously as a arcadey shooter that had a really cool, grounded, gritty mode alongside of it in Zombies. I'm a big fan of the story that Call of Duty Zombies has built up, especially the Black Ops Zombies story, but I also like the Zombies in Spaceland story. I'm somewhat invested in some of the things that happened in the World War II Zombies story. Nobody cares about Vanguard, so I don't even have to talk about that one, but pretty much every Zombies game up until the Black Ops Cold War, Black Ops 6, and Black Ops 7 experience was relatively tame and relatively the same formula. And of course, it's going to sound like I'm contradicting myself from the other video that I made about how Black Ops 7 could be the second golden age of Call of Duty Zombies, but at the same time, when you look back at this game in 10 years from now, there are 2 very real possibilities. You either look back at it as a very fond memory and a great Zombies experience, or you look back at it as a weird and dated experience tied to a Battle Royale mode that nobody cares about anymore. Now, only time will tell how this game goes down in the Zombies history books. I could be completely wrong and you can come back to this video in 5 years from now and we're all looking back at it as Black Ops 3 the second. Another amazing experience in the Zombies timeline that everybody loves. Or we could be looking back at it as a failure of the Warzone system with a lot of really strange gameplay mechanics that a lot of people didn't like in the moment and they especially don't like going back to. Something that makes Black Ops Zombies so great is its replayability. It's a mode that doesn't have to be a one-time experience. You can go back and try new strategies, new survival experiences, new Easter eggs you've never done before, play with different guns, play with different loadouts. But if you're going back to a weird armor system that people don't particularly enjoy, going back to a point system that completely broke the way that Zombies worked for 12 years up until that point, and going back in and playing as characters that are celebrities that were kind of relevant as C-listers 15 years prior, it might not be the best retroactive experience you could have, and it might not be that replayable. And ultimately, that might be the downfall of Black Ops 7's legacy. That may very well be the reason that it's not considered the second golden age of the Zombies experience. Now, purely looking at it for storyline and maps, it's a phenomenal experience. I'm talking mostly about the gameplay issues that are plaguing Black Ops 7 as a whole, and unfortunately bleed themselves into the Zombies mode. Hopefully we're all looking back at this in 10 years from now and remembering Black Ops 7 as a transformational and extremely fun iteration on Zombies. That's what I hope for, and that's what I want. I'm glad they brought back the classic characters that I love, I'm glad we're diving deeper into the original storyline, and I'm glad we're doing something new with it, getting some unique and quirky maps and really cool weaponry and Easter egg. But even myself, a person that always tries to go for level 1000 master prestige and full completion and plays the game ad nauseum, I don't really like going back to a lot of the older stuff in Black Ops 6, and I truly hope that's not the same in Black Ops 7 because it shares the same underlying gameplay mechanics that Cold War and Black Ops 6 have made not that fun to go back to. So yeah, Black Ops 7 has some issues, and hopefully we can all ignore them in a while from now and we're looking back at this as a fond experience. But unfortunately, I see a very real possibility where we look back at this game as a Warzone-era disappointment that's tied to some really good maps and experiences that aren't that fun to go back and play. Now let me know what you think. Am I blowing this way out of proportion? Am I being a bit too much of a doomer about Call of Duty Black Ops 7? Am I looking back on it too prematurely as a negative experience? I really hope not. I want it to be the second golden age of Zombies, but I'm curious what your thoughts are. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Black Ops 7 as it stands now. Or if you're looking back at this in 10 years from now, tell me if I was wrong. I'd love to be proven entirely wrong. In any case, if you enjoyed the commentary that I do, drop a like, leave a comment, and let me know. I'll catch you in the next one.